Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. I'm really thrilled you're joining me because today we are grounding ourselves right here in our current reality, the year 2026. We're literally standing on the edge of a completely integrated technological frontier. The lines between our software, our physical world, and honestly, even our own biology, well, they're just dissolving way faster than anyone predicted. So to really understand how the world operates today, we have to look back at the massive shifts that got us to this exact moment. We're going to map out this new digital landscape by unpacking the standout shifts from the 17 ultimate tech trends of 2026. I promise you, once you understand this framework, it's totally going to change how you view your everyday life. 70%. I just want you to let that number sink in for a second. Up to 70% of everyday work tasks could now be fully automated by AI. And look, this isn't some distant projection for the future. This is the staggering reality of our current workflows today. We've moved so far beyond simple autocorrect or, basic calendar scheduling. Entire processes are now just running completely on their own, transforming how we spend our hours and what we even consider to be work anymore. So to really grasp how we got to a point where nearly 3/4 of our tasks are handled by machines, we're going to break this down into 3 distinct acts. Okay, let's jump right in. Act 1, the software shift. So the very first major transformation happened right on our screens. AI transitioned from being this quirky novelty tool, the kind of thing you just play around with for fun, to the default engine that powers absolutely all of our software. It went from being an app you deliberately open to the underlying operating system running your entire digital life. Generative AI is now the default. Pretty much everything you read, hear, or watch today has been touched, if not entirely created by it. We're living in an era dominated by large multimodal models. Think about massive systems like GPT-5 and Gemini Ultra. These are systems that can seamlessly handle text, images, video, and audio all in one single fluid conversation. It's an absolute game changer for how content is made. Whether it's an article you're reading with your morning coffee or commercial video editing powered by tools like Adobe Firefly, AI is just an inescapable part of the creative process now. And this is where the software shift gets truly disruptive. Back in the day, you'd prompt an AI chatbot for an answer, and then, you'd go do the actual work yourself. But today, you delegate to an autonomous AI agent. AI agents aren't just responding to us anymore, they are executing tasks. Just take a look at Devin, the autonomous AI software engineer developed by Cognition Labs. You don't just chat with Devin, you literally delegate to it. Devin can build a full website, debug the code, and deploy it live on the internet, all by itself from start to finish. We've totally moved from using digital tools to managing autonomous digital workers. And the knock-on effect of all this is absolutely massive. Get this, 75% of new apps are now built using low-code or no-code platforms. Traditional development, where a human types out every single line of code by hand, that makes up only 25% now. Because AI can handle all the heavy lifting, anyone can build an app or a tool without needing to be a formally trained engineer. Platforms like Glide or Microsoft Power Apps allow people to just drag, drop, and hit publish. Businesses are automating whole workflows without hiring traditional developers at all. The barrier to entry for creating software has basically just vanished. Which brings us to Act 2, the physical crossover. Because, as you might guess, software was really just the beginning. That incredible intelligence we cultivated on our screens, it couldn't stay contained there forever. It's now bleeding right out into the physical world, fundamentally altering the infrastructure all around us and the machines moving through it. Just look at the sheer scale of this. 30 billion? That is the number of Internet of Things, or IoT, devices currently embedded in our physical environment. And we aren't just talking about a smart speaker sitting on your kitchen counter anymore. No, we're talking about sensors and smart devices intricately woven into the very fabric of our cities, our warehouses, and our daily commutes. Our entire physical world is constantly communicating, processing, and reacting. And looking out into the world, we can see exactly how that 30 billion device network functions in everyday life. Over in Singapore, for example, traffic lights aren't just stuck on fixed timers anymore. They actually adjust in real time based on live congestion data. The city is literally thinking and breathing along with the flow of traffic. Then you look at South Korea, where standard streetlights have been completely replaced with smart poles that simultaneously monitor air quality and charge your devices. And over in Amazon warehouses, predictive analytics are constantly coordinating this incredibly complex dance between humans and robots to track inventory without any human input. These physical environments are thinking fast, and they're doing it without us having to flip a single switch. But it's not just the buildings and the streets getting smarter. It's the physical workers, too. Humanoid robots have officially joined the workforce. We are so well past the point of those clunky, giant robots stuck behind safety cages. Today, bipedal humanoid robots are actively walking the factory floors, and don't worry, they aren't staging some sci-fi rebellion just yet. Figure AI has actually partnered with BMW to bring their robot Figure Zero One straight into automotive manufacturing. Tesla's Optimus is already out there performing basic factory tasks like sorting parts. They have the dexterity to lift, walk, and do repetitive tasks in physical environments that were originally built for humans. Now, here is the truly wild part about all of this. These robots are expected to cost less than a small car. Honestly, that is exactly why this trend is just exploding right now. It's not just that the technology works, it's that it has become incredibly cheap to produce and scale up. With massive worker shortages everywhere, companies in retail and logistics are deploying these autonomous machines so rapidly. I mean, when a highly capable humanoid robot costs less than a compact car, the whole economic calculation for a business changes completely. They are here, and they are definitely here to stay. Moving right along to our final act, Act 3, the biological merge. Okay, so we've seen AI conquer the software world, and we've seen it reshape our physical cities and our factories. But the final, and frankly the most intimate frontier of 2026, is how these incredible technologies are merging directly with our own biology. Yesterday's wearables, they were basically just glorified step counters that rudely yelled at you to stand up every hour. But 2026's wearables, they are 24/7, ultra-comprehensive health monitors. Devices from companies like Aura and Whoop have just evolved so dramatically. We now have smart rings that can detect the absolute tiniest changes in your skin temperature, alerting you that you're fighting off an illness before you even feel a single symptom. We're even seeing models adding continuous blood sugar tracking without any finger pricks and continuous blood pressure monitoring. And the data streaming from those wearables isn't just sitting in an app somewhere. It's feeding directly into incredibly powerful systems. AI is getting deeply personal with your health. The medical breakthroughs happening here are just astonishing. For instance, Google DeepMind developed an AI model capable of detecting 21 different types of diseases just from a retinal scan, and they can often do it much earlier than human doctors ever could. All across the US, hospitals are utilizing AI to constantly analyze patient data, which allows them to spot life-threatening conditions like sepsis or cardiac risk hours before any visible symptoms even appear. AI is even personalizing chemotherapy regimens based on a patient's unique genetic makeup. It is a level of proactive, personalized healthcare that we have literally never seen before. And this biological merge ultimately leads us to brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. Now, what's really interesting about this is how we define it, a direct communication pathway between an enhanced brain and an external device. This is arguably the most mind-bending technology trend of our entire era. We are no longer just wearing our technology on our wrists or our fingers, we are beginning to integrate it directly into our actual neural pathways. And the evolution here has been lightning fast. Back in early 2024, Neuralink confirmed they had implanted their very first chip into a human, which actually allowed a patient to control a computer cursor just by thinking about it. Crazy, right? Then, by 2025, competitors like Synchron and Precision Neuroscience were pushing the boundaries even further with much less invasive devices. And now, here in 2026, we are seeing the real-world application of all this, restoring mobility and communication. In clinical trials right now, paralyzed patients and stroke survivors are using BCIs to regain control of their limbs or send text messages entirely through thought alone. The implications here for human capability and recovery are absolutely massive, and they are no longer just theoretical sci-fi concepts. And that brings us to our conclusion, the new reality. When we weave all of these 17 tech trends together, it becomes so clear that this new reality isn't just about cool new gadgets, it's a completely unified ecosystem. Software now thinks and acts completely on its own. Our infrastructure and physical machines respond intelligently without any human input. And our very biology is monitored, protected, and even enhanced by that exact same underlying intelligence. Software, the physical world, and human biology are operating today as one single unified ecosystem. So I want to leave you with a final provocative thought to chew on. How will you adapt when the digital and physical worlds become totally indistinguishable? When an autonomous AI agent manages your daily workflow, a humanoid robot delivers your packages, and a smart ring alerts you to an illness days before you actually feel sick? What does it truly mean to be human, and how do you navigate this rapidly shifting landscape? I really hope this explainer has given you the structured understanding you need to face that new reality head on.